Hey y'all, and I am coming at y'all from literally my closet because it's nap time and I'm not trying to wake my boys up. If you know, you know. I'm 𝐒𝐢𝐬𝐭𝐞𝐫 and I make faith-based content for single moms, but today I am going to be locking up my hair. Oh my god. I have thought about locks for I don't know how long. I have the perfect hair to be able to lock. Like my hair would, I know, thrive. And like I'm just like, no, I like to switch up my hair too much. I like to do different styles and I never wanted to, basically I didn't want to commit to it. I've done so much to my hair. I'm just ready for something different. I'm ready for something easier. And yes, I just wanted to give y'all this first look. I don't know, I've seen a couple videos about people doing all these like intense kind of grids, and I know me and I know my OCD will take over and I will literally be sitting trying to part my head into the perfect grid for the next 6 months. I tell you no lie, I'm not gonna be going for this like super rigid grid. I literally saw this one girl where she like threw math in it, and in my head that's the way I think, but practically my hair, I guess, is essentially freshly washed. Today is Saturday. I just finished these on Sunday afternoon at like 5 o'clock. I'm not even in my head for a full week. It might look like it because my hair 4C, but I'm glad that I did it because my hair is already stretched and it's kind of pre-parted, so it's not going to be as difficult with me trying to part. So but I'm going to show you some footage of me like doing the twist, and I'll come back. I don't know how long it's going to take, but whenever I get it fully twisted up, hopefully by tomorrow, and I'll show y'all like the final look. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, I'll see y'all then. Here's the thing, I could keep going, but just not really liking it. Okay, here's the deal. It was just a fail. I mean, there's no other way for me to put it. It was just a fail. And I'll say this, it was two main reasons that I decided to stop. Now, I had mentioned earlier before I even started that I didn't want to be super OCD about the parting or whatever. Yes, I wanted it to be straight, but I didn't want to spend, you know, like the next 8 months parting my head. You know, like that's just me. If it's gonna be straight, it's gonna be straight. I wanted them to be, you know, my parting, I wanted to have like the major parts. So what I did is I went straight down the back of my head. That was one. I went, what did I do? Okay, I went straight back. And then I had a part going like across this way, across right here, and then in the top I ended up with like this shape like going like this at the top of my head. Okay, that was just my major parting, and I was just gonna work from that. I wanted to start at the front, so I started with this section. I was kind of like working back and forth between these two, and I really wanted to start like at the part here because I wanted to, like I said, make sure that going here the parts were as clean as possible. It wasn't difficult, it was just very tedious, and I think a large part of it was I was tired. I would say, do not, if you are not rested, if you do not feel like you have the patience, do not start. It's not worth this. It's not even worth the headache, because what started to happen is as I'm like working here, I was trying not to make the parts too big because I'm thinking I want them to be too big, but then I didn't want them to be too tiny either. I have to compensate for the fact that they're going to fluff up. If you make them a little bit smaller, they're probably going to fluff to the size that you want them to fluff to. But then I'm like, okay, well then what size do they need to be for them to fluff to what I want them to look like? All this is going through my head, and then I'm trying to make the parts, how do I explain this? So when I parted going this way, I didn't want to make it too wide because once again I didn't want it to be too much hair. Like my hair is very thick. I didn't want to go over this way too much because then the squares, it was going to be so much hair. But then I'm like, okay, so I need to like make the parting here a little thinner, like a little bit closer this way. But then what started to happen was the part, or the sections were rectangular. I was watching some videos and this one lady was saying to make sure that your parts are square and not rectangular. And as far as like when you do your retightening, especially if you're interlocking, then I guess it's better, it's equal distribution of the tension at your roots, and so it's like a better base for the lock itself. I don't remember who said it or whatever, but I think that's what she was getting at. So that started to get to me because I'm like, they're not squares. I had to keep parting and reparting, and then it was like I would make it a square, but then it would be too much hair in the square, and I'm just like, the second big thing, I guess, on top of being tired, so really I guess the third big thing, the first is being too tired for this process, period. The second is I couldn't really get the sections to be square like I wanted them to be. But then the third thing was they were so little. Now granted, my hair isn't like super long right now. I've been growing it out, I think about 1.5 years since I basically grew it out from bald again. But I mean, it's a decent length. Like down here is to like collarbone, this like hair up here, it like comes down to about here. And I mean, of course, yes, I understand shrinkage, right? But somewhere in my head, I don't know why, but I was thinking that my hair was going to stay stretched. No, I was thinking that when I was watching the videos that the twist gel that they were using, it was more like a pomade, like that Murray's wave grease kind of thing, so that it would kind of elongate your curls. But what I was using, it was of course more water based, so it was just shrinking them curls right up. So even though in the front it, you know, came to here, it was shrink doop, to like up here. And so I did like this whole row, and then I was like, I don't know, so I had jumped down here, and then I was just imagining what my whole head would look like that, and I was like, no, this ain't it. And I don't like it. I don't want to spend all this time doing my whole head and then get it done and hate it, because I'm gonna be real upset. I'm gonna be real hot. So I was like, you know what, let me just stop. Let me just stop while I'm ahead. I'm already like, I got stuff to do this week. I don't want to be fooling with this right now. I'm gonna just put a pin in this and I'll come back. And my friend, when I was telling her about it, she was like, you could just wear like a scarf on your hair. And I know I could have done it and then just wore scarves or put a wig over it or whatever, but I was just like, no, I don't even know if I'm feeling this. And but the crazy thing is, I had already parted my hair. I spent so much time parting my hair that I was like, let me just throw it up in a little something. So I've been wearing my hair like this for a couple days, because I didn't want to like mess up the parting. But it's time to take my hair down. But then also, since I've been wearing my hair out, I was like, wait a minute, I kind of like I kind of like my natural hair again. So anyways, as far as the Microlocs, yeah, that just, I would have loved for them to come out right, but they just didn't. I haven't put it on the shelf for good yet, but for now I just no. So if y'all are interested in doing them, just number one advice, have patience. Be in a space where you're rested. You ain't got no distractions. You ain't got kids pulling at you every 2 seconds. You have to keep stopping or whatever. Like, be in a space where you could just like sit down and just focus. So you win some, you lose some, okay? You can't be great all the time. So this is a big L for the books, and I don't know, maybe it'll work out next time. We'll see. All right, y'all, bye.